Hey you guys, right now it's about 8:30 at night. It's a little bit later than when I normally film, so hopefully the lighting is okay. But tonight I just kind of felt kind of bored and wanted to sit down and film for you guys. I haven't done any makeup today. So I was like, why don't I come on and film and do some makeup? I want to do something kind of simple though. I want to play with the Anastasia Riviera palette, and particularly this color Inheritance. It's really unique and pretty, and I normally don't work with yellow, so I just want to play with it a little bit. So I'm going to start by just priming my lids with a little bit of the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This really isn't a tutorial, it's more like a get ready with me at 8 o'clock before I, go and take all this makeup right back off because I'm not going anywhere. So I'm grabbing the Morphe M330 brush and I'm going to go underneath my brows with Sails, that white, just to clean up and brighten up that area a bit. And then I'm going over my entire eyelid with this shade. This is Estate. It's a very soft peachy tone. I'm just doing my whole eyelid and into the crease with this. Now I'm going to go and do eyeliner. How many times can I say now in one video? Probably quite a lot. I am using the Clinique Pretty Easy liquid eyelining pen. I'm doing a fairly dramatic wing with it. If you can hear a bunch of noise, please excuse my neighbors who apparently have a very impressive bass on their vehicle and don't seem to care when they, leave it playing very loudly in their driveway. Thank you, neighbors. I have to say I'm actually really impressed with this eyeliner. Didn't have high hopes for Clinique as far as eyeliners went, but honestly, this one is very, very comparable to the Kat Von D tattoo liner that I used to love, and even slightly better in my opinion because it's more opaque. All right, so I'm going to curl my eyelashes as soon as this dries. So if you guys follow BTS at all, you know that they just announced that one of the songs on their new album is a collab with Halsey, and I'm super freaking excited about that. I cannot wait to hear it. I think it's going to be amazing. I'm also very curious if they will be doing a live performance with her at the BBMAs. I think that would be amazing. I don't know, because of all the collabs they've done so far, they've never done like a live performance collab with anyone except what's his name, that one guy singer. But they haven't done like anything that's been on like one of their albums before. So I'm really curious. And I should have curled my lashes before I did my liner because this always happens. Always. All right, for mascara today, I am using my L'Oreal Unlimited Mascara. This has been kind of my favorite lately. I haven't liked the formula as much since it started to dry out a bit. It's gotten a bit clumpier. This is definitely one of those mascaras that I prefer when it is fresh and new versus when it's like a month old. But I still think it's really pretty. All right, while that mascara dries, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows real quick. Today I'm using my Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Taupe. My nose always itches while I'm filming. I don't know why. I think it's just like a psychosomatic thing at this point, because I don't even have foundation on yet. There's no reason why my nose should be itching. Update on the car situation if you've been following it on Twitter. My husband's van that broke down on April Fool's Day, of course. We finally got it replaced. We bought a little 2012 Ford Focus. Of course, I made fun of my husband for getting a Ford because when we met, he had a Ford Ranger that was like the most god-awful car known to man. That thing was terrible. It fell apart all the time, and I hated it. But this little car actually seems like it's going to work out really, really well. It gets like crazy amazing gas mileage. Like, I know I sound like 90 years old talking about gas mileage, but we were spending between $500 and $600 a month on gas for his commute to work. We actually did the math, and with the gas mileage that this thing has shown that it's getting, we're actually going to spend less buying a new car, well, old, used car, but buying a new to us car, like with payment and everything, we're going to spend less than we were on gas for his old van, because his old van was getting like 10 miles to the gallon. Like, the thing was seriously falling apart. And then this new little Focus gets like, I think it's been averaging like 37 miles to the gallon highway, which is insane. So we're probably actually going to take the little Focus on our trip to Chicago, just because the gas mileage is so much better. Now, it doesn't have heated seats like my van does, but I think I'll survive. All right, now I'm moving on to foundation. We'll come and finish up the eyes in a bit. I'm using the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation, and tonight I'm using the shade Vanilla, which says it has golden undertones. So we'll see how this goes. Just using a Real Techniques brush to apply this with. Yeah, that's a little yellow, but not bad. I need to see if there's a shade of light that has pinkish undertones, because I think that would match my skin the best, but I just haven't made it back to Target to check. And like, all the drugstores carry a very limited range. Like, most of the drugstores only have a color range of like 3 or 4 of their main foundation colors. So if you want to get a good variety of e.l.f. foundations, I would definitely check out Target. Oh, and if my eyes look a little bit red, one, it's because it's late and I'm wearing contacts, and that always happens. And B, it's the beginning of allergy season. It is officially the time of year where I live on Claritin and Visine A, and hoping that wherever I go, people are using good air filters. Okay, so this foundation's a little yellowy, but not so much that I can't wear it. It is frustrating to me, though, that as much as I like this foundation, it does seem to have difficulties with covering up redness and blemishes. Like, that should be covered fairly easily, and it's just like sliding right off of it. It could be because my face is very well moisturized right now, though, so that could be part of the issue. After playing with this for a few days, I realized it takes about a pump and a half of this to cover my face, which is a little bit more than I typically use, but it's not too bad. Why is this ear bright red? This is the second time I've had an ear turn like bright red while filming. I have no idea. Anyone know reason for one ear, just one, turning like bright tomato red? Anybody? No clue. All right, I'm going in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. Again, the same shade I used on my lids. Just underneath my eyes. I'm going to pop a little bit on my nose. I haven't been using a ton of concealer to like highlight with lately, just because it's more of a heavier look, and I haven't been into that recently. But it's nice to know how to do it when you need it. Okay, I have not tried putting on this concealer just with a brush yet, and that actually goes on really pretty. Ooh, okay. I think I like how this applies with a brush more than it does with the Beauty Blender. I'm kind of doing like a patting, slightly sweeping motion, just to avoid pulling at my eyes too hard at all. And I'm gonna go ahead and just set, I can't talk. I'm going to go ahead and set underneath my eyes real quick with my NYX HD Finishing Powder in Banana. I'm just setting anywhere that is prone to creasing or rubbing off, which is really kind of pointless considering I'm like taking a shower right after filming this. So this makes absolutely no sense at all, but hey, you know, we're doing it anyway. Let's get the face finished up and then we can go back to the eyes. I'm going in with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and a big fluffy brush. For some reason, even though I wasn't like super duper into bronzing last year, I'm getting kind of obsessed with bronzing my skin this year so far. I don't know if I'll self-tan this year or not, so I may end up with like a super pale body and a super bronze face. So we will see, because I don't know if I want to self-tan just because it's a giant pain in the butt most days. I am using the Tarte blush in Fearless. I love this shade. It's a really, really pretty bright pink. I'm just going to take that on the same brush I used for my bronzer. I've just been kind of playing around with my brushes lately and using them for like whatever I want to use them for. I wish Real Techniques had a smaller version of this blush brush. Like this is just their standard original blush brush. I wish they had one that was like probably about half, if not 2/3 of the size, because I think that would be perfect. If you have a smaller face that is just a little big. And now for highlight, I'm going in with the Becca Champagne Pop highlight that I have a little sample of, because some days you just really want that highlight to look kind of crazy. And this is perfect for that, especially if you're going more bronzy. Okay, I love Becca highlights. They're so good. Actually, the other day I was at Texas Roadhouse for dinner because it's one of the few places in our area that's not like just a straight bar that stays open like late for dinner. And I was talking to the girl and complimented her highlight. And she was like, "Thank you, it's Becca." She was like, "I can't remember the name of it, but I do remember that it was stupid expensive and I felt nauseous when I bought it." I'm like, "Well, I couldn't promise you it's worth it. It looks really, really pretty." All right, now that my face is done, I am moving back to the eyes. I'm going into the Riviera palette. I'm going in with the Morphe M506 and I'm going into the shade Inheritance. And I'm putting that right on the inner corner. Part of the reason I also went with more of a gold toned highlight. Because in this eye look, literally the star of the show is the highlight and the wing liner. So I'm just dabbing that in and getting it really concentrated in that brush, tapping it off just a tiny bit, putting it right there and just wiggling it. I'm like literally not even moving the brush and just like wiggling the bristles into my pores, which I know sounds gross, but it's kind of how I'm getting that more concentrated look. And I'm just kind of moving it up into the eye just a little bit. All right, next I'm taking a little flat shader brush and I'm going back into the shade we used on our lid, that's Estate. And I'm putting that right under my lower lash line. I don't want too much on the lower lash line because I don't want to detract from the liner and the highlight, but I just want it to look a little more finished. Apparently, I am not quite happy with this look yet, so I'm going in with the Morphe M508. It's a really thin, slightly like rounded brush, and I'm going in with the shade Can. And I am just using this right along the top of that eyeliner. Too far, too far. And I'm only taking this halfway under the eye, and it's just going to kind of dye into that black eyeliner. That I like more. It's really graphic. That's pretty. I was just feeling something different tonight, and I think this definitely fits the bill. It's very different from a lot of the looks I usually do. All right, I really like the way those eyes turned out. I think they're really different and pretty. So now I'm just going to finish up this look, and for that, I am using the NYX Candy Slick Glowy Lip Color, and this is in the shade Watermelon Taffy. I'm putting this fairly heavy on the inside of my lips, and then I'm just blending it out with my finger. And then to add just a bit more brightness to the center, I'm taking my NYX Butter Lipstick in the shade Sweet Tart, one of my favorite pinks ever. And just popping that right in the middle. And we are all done, you guys. This is the finished look. It's really unique. It's pretty. I think it feels kind of 80s, to be honest, with the purple and the gold, but I'm really kind of loving it, actually. I think it's fun. So if you guys like this look or enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. You can also keep up with me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I am pretty much everywhere, and all the links for those are down below. I also love hearing from you guys in the comments, so if you have any questions or just want to say hi, I would love to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye.